kind of in terms of lucid dreaming was, if we have, you know, somewhat psychic connections, once in a while we pull thoughts from each other, and you just like blurt something out that someone else was about to say. It's kind of like it was their thought, but it felt like your thought, right? And you could only interpret it as your thought through your filter of your mind. But I'm kind of wondering if when we're dreaming, we might also be in that realm where we're subconsciously interacting with other people, but can only recognize it as our thoughts and our dreams. So maybe some of those other people that you're meeting, they actually are other people and can do that and do stuff because they're actually other people, but we can only see it through our dream filter.
Whoa.
That is certainly dream characters.
Well, when you talk about stuff like that, I think of Robert A. Monroe, who basically mapped out the entire astral realm as best as any other human has. And he does a lot of astral projection and talks about things like that. And he started an institute around experimenting with frequencies and sounds to induce astral projection, and now it's spawned into anything. He does it for therapy, but other people are developing it for LSD, for acid, for, I guess what you're saying, but like chronic and all that, like whatever you can get through like tones, just by meditating with a headset. And it's amazing the experiences you can have in those areas.
My little sister, she had this amazing dream about portals. Like, she said that there were these hidden portals in walls and like basically anywhere. She said you go into it and it was just this place of like complete happiness and light. And she said that when you go into it, you would like meet other people and stuff. And she said she like met some guy who was like a cowboy or something. He was like on his quest, or I don't know. But anyways, I'm wondering if anybody else has any more like information I could give her on that. It kind of led her into. That's about it. I don't want to finish my sentence.
Yeah, definitely questioning them. Ask them about their perceptions of her. And,
I think that's like the only dream that she's ever had like that. Like, does anybody else have dreams like that?
Portals?
About like portals, or I feel people nodding, but
Well,
nobody's saying.
the portal could just be a symbol of her own language that she needs to learn how to understand as well.
I think living in Calgary, it might not be exactly lucid dreaming, but I know I grew up by Nose Hill, and whenever I go to Nose Hill, I can feel strange energies, kind of. I just think of her, like, recognized when the Aboriginal people lived, sometimes literally beneath the foundation of this house, their feet have walked, and those people were much more in tune than our general population to spirituality and dreams and things like that. And I guess kind of like they've left artifacts. And I think space is holy. Like this space right here, who's to say like some dinosaur's leg wasn't right here? And it leaves traces behind.
Yeah, I had that experience actually. Every time I go to Nose Hill, I have like this really cool spot that like, no matter what I do, I always end up there like at least twice, 3 times a week. And every time I visit this place, I go home and I sleep, and I just get back to that place, and that's where my dreams start. And then I walk away from this rock. It's this massive rock that like has no meaning being there. And then the other day I sat on top of it, and I don't know if you guys know of the Merkaba or whatever. I can activate my own Merkaba on this rock, and then about an hour, like I just sat on top of it, and an hour went by, and when I woke up, I was drenched in sweat, and it was super cold out. And then when I went to dream, I got visited in my dream. It's like really weird, but 3 beings, I could recognize one, and I've never seen. I think I've seen this girl in like one of you guys' meeting, but she came into my room and she was holding this blue light, and behind her there was like shadows holding blue light with her. And then they just came and like, dude, I walk around my room and I'm like sitting there, I'm like, I used to have this anxiety before where like in every of those dreams, like something would come grab me from behind and pull me back into my body, and I was just like, it got really uncomfortable and I felt like something was pushing me, which I kind of like understood it was just my attachment to my physical body, right? I wasn't able to just like freely move away and just trust that my spirit will come back to me, right? But now that I'm able to do that, like I fully experience these beings just around me, and just the sensation that you get is just like awesome. Like you can't express how happy you feel when you just like sense the true love that like all energy carries with it. And it's just like the pure creation does not, I could post this on Facebook, pure creation does not come from the destruction of anything. It just comes like right from the heart, and it just like you spread it. And then I really like when you said that, I was just like, well, that's cool. I encourage you guys to go up to Nose Hill, and there's I would actually just would love to like take you all there, and like just how I experience it. I can never like walk up to it with my feet like with my shoes on. I always have to take my shoes off because it just like there's a saying by Buddha. It's like if your feet are bound by leather, so shall your life. So every time I connect with nature, I take off my shoes. I walk up to there and just without my shoes, but on the way down, I just don't want to step on anything else.
Okay,
I step on stuff.
I'm in. Create a
Me too.
Facebook event. Let's do it.
Yeah. Walking those
So maybe you'll do a couple more, and then we should probably get the started. James and then Megan.
Yeah, okay. Just like one quick little like side semi-plug for Eden's Cove, since we're talking about the sound technology to manipulate sort of states of consciousness. They have a sound bed in the other room where if you have a specific kind of track you want to hear, you can bring it in with your MP3 player and they'll play it for you on the sound bed. So if that interests you, they have a bunch of other ones too, talk to Christy. And then the other thing I was going to say kind of reverts back to healing dreams. I had this dream a little while ago. It's like the first night that I thought of putting quartz in water to make, like crystal elixirs. So I did that before I went to bed. And I had this dream where it was like I was dreaming, but I wasn't dreaming. I knew that I was in my bed and that I was dreaming in my bed, yet I was also engaging with this entity that was a representation of the quartz crystal, which was educating me on how to heal with light. So I was simultaneously awake and dreaming, lying in my bed and in conversation with this energy being teaching me how to heal with quartz and with light through the quartz. Specifically relating to like how to heal a friend of mine that I had been with earlier that night, or earlier in the night before. And when I woke up the next morning, I couldn't remember a single thing that light had told me. Just the experience.
Just pick it up and do it, man.
Megan?
Yeah, too.
One thing I just always found really powerful about dreams was when I learned about like the mind-body connection, because when you're dreaming, your body actually doesn't know the difference between so-called reality and dreaming. The only thing that stops us from moving around is we have like a central nervous system depressant that's released when we're sleeping, and that's why we just have periphery twitches. And like sleepwalking is actually an example of when that's not happening in our body and we're acting out our dreams. And it just shows me the powerfulness of the emotions that you can process through when you're dreaming, because your body doesn't know the difference. What you're experiencing is your reality to your body. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, everybody.
Yay.
Keep it fun, guys. It's an experiment. It's not a serious thing.
I really say don't be afraid of it either. Just let that go, because it is probably one of those things that'll hold you back the most. It's just the fear of letting go. So once you're in it, just tell yourself, just I'm good. Just let me experience this, and then you will go places, and it's really cool. It's beautiful.
Sorry, can I make one more? Sorry. Somebody gave me this advice some time ago, and it really kind of clicked. Is that practicing meditation, you don't get upset that you didn't meditate very good that time. It's just like a practice of each time it's a little on, a little off, and you just have a sense of love and appreciation for the practices and unfolds. And to see the practice of lucid dreaming is the same thing. Like, it's not a matter of whether or not you lucid dreamed. It's the fact that you put forth an intention to practice, and each time you get a little bit closer or a little bit further away, and it's all okay. That's a part of it.
Show me the way.
Without further ado.
So we're gonna watch Wake Up. We didn't really put it out on the Facebook or anything, but we're gonna kind of have a dance party here after, so everybody's welcome to stay as long as they like.
Dance party.
Dance party.
Dance party. Yeah, dance party.
Otherwise known as